Hey everybody, this is Shawn Powell. I just done a Facebook Live. I've been doing a bunch of them lately. Instead of just putting posts on Facebook, I thought it'd be maybe a good idea for me to actually, just do some one-on-ones with some of the people asking questions. And some of this stuff I think is really good content that maybe a lot of people like to watch. So I'm just going to start copying some of these videos over and send it directly, so even the people at YouTube can see some of the things that I learned along the way. And hope you enjoy it. I'll be doing a lot more of this. If there's anything particularly you'd like me to do a training video on, or anything that you might have a question about, leave it down below, y'all, and I'll be tickled to death. I might even wind up doing maybe a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live covering some of the content that you're asking about. Hope you enjoy. Appreciate it. Hey everybody, I'm gonna let a couple people gather into the video before I start this, and this one should actually be a pretty short video. My other ones, I did one for about 40 minutes or something recently, but that was a big topic. This one is not going to be as much, but it's just as important. This is something I've learned myself since I came into online business. Let's see here, might give it another 30 seconds or so. Get a couple of people in here. I had to keep my cat out the room because she's in heat, and she keeps bugging the computer, and she won't sit in my lap and be quiet, and the whole time I'm talking. So I had to put her in the other room, and yesterday she got stuck in the closet in the middle of a YouTube video, and I had to rescue her in the middle of the video. I didn't edit it out. I actually left it in there when I posted on YouTube. All right, y'all. This is what I'm going to go ahead and start talking here. I'm just like a lot of people, y'all. When I first got into online business, didn't know anything. I got to see a couple of things that I thought were polished, a couple of people that knew what they were doing. I personally, I didn't have anything really polished to run with or anything like that. And I didn't have any talent yet, other than the fact that I was just excited about a business. That's really the only thing I had going. Just like a lot of people are when you first get into online business, you're really green, But I want y'all to know something, y'all. And this is really what this is going to be about. And I'll ask you this, if you had to choose between a really polished sales page or a sales funnel or something like that, where you have Mickey Mouse on the screen, the whole page is beautiful, Mickey Mouse is bouncing up and down and explaining the business and everything, that's great and all that, and every business should have those pages like that. You definitely want, to be explained. But if you had to choose between that or just an ugly sales page that's maybe just as generic looking as it can be, but the person inside of it is excited and they just let go. They tell you what they think about their business, what it means to them, and stuff like that, y'all. Who do you think is going to benefit the most from that? You see what I'm saying? The really polished page, or the one that had the guy that was just letting go, and it was a very bland or very boring looking, sales page. When I got in online business, y'all, the very first sales funnels I was using Power Lead Systems sales funnels, and I wasn't really using share codes or anything because, to be honest, I had gotten the Power Lead Systems for the tools itself because I knew a lot of my videos, people were connecting with me, and I was like, well, if it's connected in the videos with me, it'd really be good if I'm the one explaining the business. So every step of the way, they're getting closer and closer and, connected with me. That was the most important thing, is I wanted people to connect directly with me. And I knew my excitement and enthusiasm, and me by applying action, I'd learn things along the way. So my pages, y'all, to be honest, when I got into a brand new business, I was really excited about it. I had posted goals, and I still got them up on my refrigerator, as a matter of fact. My very first goal was to make $7,000 a month. To be perfectly honest, I wanted to make $7,000 a month. And I hit YouTube really, really hard. I didn't have a sales funnel, and I wasn't crazy about the default things we were using for the business per se. I wanted people to connect with me. So I went and made the most generic, one of the easiest pages, because I didn't know what I was doing in Power Lead Systems at that moment, to be honest. And I wasn't trying to get people into Power Lead Systems. Not really. I was getting a lot of people coming in, but that wasn't my goal. My primary business is where I wanted to make money at. So I was focusing at that, and I was using Power Lead Systems for the tools itself. I know a lot of y'all who got Power Lead Systems, you didn't do that. You got into it. You didn't play with the tools a whole lot. You got a share code, and then you just ran with it, and that was it. But you didn't to build your own page where people got to connect with you and things of that nature, y'all. But my goal was $7,000 a month. I had seen somebody that was in the same business as me go over $7,000, and I knew that it was potential for me to do so. So I just kept getting out there, and by the first 90 days that I was in this new business, my third month in, y'all, the very third month in, I had blown past my goal by so much, almost doubled it. I made $13,000 in that third month in 30 days. Now, what was I using was not a polished page. It was just me putting out video and content that people were connecting with. And y'all, I always knew that people join people. I might not have knew those words at that moment, but I knew that's what people were connecting to. So I always felt like that someone letting go and just being sincere and showing people what you think about a business, even if the page isn't attractive, if it's just, obviously you want to make attractive pages, but it's not the most important thing. If that was the case, I never would have gone to $13,000 a month in the first 90 days because what I was using and doing was not polished. So I want y'all to understand how important you being in the scenario. When you take you out of the business, you're going to struggle. And a lot of y'all, I think you'd like to hide behind sales funnels and say, this is my business, when really they want to know what you think about your business. What does it mean to you? What could it mean for you and your family and things of that nature? It's just, to me, it's so much more important than if my page is polished or not. Okay, as far as talent goes, y'all, and I think this is true with a lot of leaders, and I don't think a lot of y'all really get this, talent comes after you busting your ass. And for me, it was busting my ass along the way that I was learning. And a lot of y'all, you put up this big wall saying that I can't do that because I'm not good enough. Well, how do you get good enough is by getting out there and applying action and learning. And you're going to evolve, y'all. My emails, I'm going to give you a perfect example, y'all. When I first got an online business, my follow-up emails were huge. I had so much to say. I wanted to cover so many things. And these things were huge, y'all. And I posted a couple of pictures up there. I had a picture of me and my little boy because I wanted them to connect with me, who the person was. And then down below it, I had a little proof of incomes and this and that. And I just let go what the business had meant to me. Now, to be honest, compared to most emails, it wasn't the best one, that's for sure. Because, it was good. It was sincere. People felt that. So that's what people really got from my follow-up emails. But I didn't just do one email and that was it either. I would go back because I would consider my follow-up email more important than all the autoresponder emails combined all together. That's the truth. And when I send a follow-up email out, I always send it directly from me from Gmail. And I personally write the person's name in, and often to make sure they know I'm doing it. If it's a female like Miss Jennifer, then or Jennifer, I would say, hey, Miss Jennifer, this is Shawn, and it's my little boy Adam. Wanted to welcome you into blah, blah, blah. And then I'd have a picture of both of us there. To me, I like that, and it was a good way for people to connect with me. But they also knew that when I put Miss in there, that I was personally writing it. Now, obviously, it was a copy and paste for something I had done. But because I did that, it made it a little bit more personable. Sometimes if I knew the person that was coming through and I talked to them on Facebook or something, I would make another line right there with and say, I appreciate you coming through. I know we just talked on Facebook. If you need anything, just let me know. Anything that would make them realize that it was more personable between me and that person was a win. Now, obviously, my emails a year later, you don't get into an online business as cold, green like I was, and in a year's time still be using the same email as you did on day one, right? So my emails evolved. Sometimes I would just cut them a little bit shorter. Sometimes I would try this and see if it worked. I would try this call to action. I wanted them to join me on, friend me on Facebook, get into the Facebook group so I can personally welcome you and get around all these people. I had learned there's certain keywords I could do that would get people from point A to point B, and that follow-up email was about the most important way for me to do that. So I had learned so much that I really don't consider autoresponder emails that powerful. I consider them, instead of autoresponder emails, I call them autoresponder reminders. They're just reminding people that they have come through and see something. But really, I still think that your broadcast and your actual follow-up email means so much more than the autoresponder emails itself. But because they're reminders, and let's say if something happened today, I talked to somebody, yesterday was his birthday, and his granddad passed away, so he was at the funeral. Man, if I send out a follow-up email or an autoresponder or something like that in Ep's kitchen, that was just bad timing. You know what I'm saying? But a couple more days, you'll get another email, then it might have been perfect timing. That's what autoresponder emails are for, in my opinion, to remind people what they've seen. And, so that to me, that's how emails always work for me. But yeah, my emails really sucked at the beginning. That's the most important, talk about that. I'm going to tell you something else too, y'all. Big tip in Power Lead systems. You can make your own pages and things like that for anybody who's doing Power Lead systems. But one of the most powerful things that got me more polished, easy, and I know how to make sales pages. I've done a bunch of sales funnels, share codes, and things like that. So I'm a lot better than I was at the beginning, that's for sure. But at the same time, if you find a sales page that someone's put together or a sales funnel that you really like, even if you're not in that business, go ahead and put that code in so that you'll have them pages. Now, what I did is I would copy the entire sales funnel, and then I would edit it. Now, when I'm done, understand, all I've got left was a template of what I liked about that business. I'm not going to keep the page, the background. I'm not going to keep the video. And good deal of the time, I'm not going to keep those buttons. So I had to learn to teach myself how to make buttons, get a background, but I still had that template that worked, that was so polished that I liked. And then I would go make it into my own. To me, this was so much quicker and easier, and the results, I knew what they were going to look like. And a lot of times my sales funnel wound up looking better than the sales funnel itself from the person I got the share code from. So I would highly suggest anybody, if there's any sales funnels or anything like that, don't use their content, but use the template that they have by getting the share code and then copying it and making it into your own. A really good place to get buttons made, y'all. There's a bunch of places out there. Obviously, The Button Factory, DABUTTON, The Button Factory, has really good buttons that you can make, all sorts of things you can do, change colors, whatever. And I felt that to be a really good way to personalize and make my sales funnels a little bit better. But once again, y'all, what you say in your videos and putting you in front, you're the biggest PR guy that you're going to have in your business. So people want and need to hear that from you when people join people. So I want y'all to just keep all that in mind. I think that's going to be it, y'all. This is going to be the shortest video I've done for Facebook Live. But it's like I said, a lot of times I'll talk to somebody. It'd be a downline, or maybe somebody have a question inside of one of the Facebook groups I'm in or something. And when I answer them, a lot of times I'll go make a post on my timeline. And lately I've been thinking, it might be better for me to do some Facebook Lives and let them, get the answer directly from me that way. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm sure I'll keep this going up, y'all. If y'all need anything at all, if there's any videos you would like me to do a video on, or something you have a question about, you can message me directly or just put a comment down on one of these Facebook Lives, and I'll try to get to it. All right, appreciate y'all. Okay, everybody, this is actually this is about the third or fourth Facebook Live I've ever done, and I find it really good. I get about 400 or 500 views in about a week's time, and a lot of these people are the ones who've connected to me, so I found it to be a great way. Again, y'all, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Of course, I'm going to keep making up YouTube videos. I love doing that. I never get tired of making YouTube videos, but I thought maybe for a change, instead of having all graphical stuff and stuff like that, maybe just going to me, just sitting down and telling what I think, or answering people's questions might be something that a lot of people, even on YouTube world, would like to hear. So once again, y'all, subscribe to my channel. Make some comments down below if there's any Facebook Lives or YouTube Lives you'd like me to make for you, in particular, anything that you might have in mind. Ask, and I'll take that in consideration. It might be the next video I make. All right, appreciate y'all.